people will never know what's beyond these doors. The deafening silence of 100,000 volts. How it feels to touch danger. Most people will never know what it's like to work where every breath is precious, where fear is not an option. But we're not most people.
Welcome back. It's exactly 5 to 7 on a Wednesday morning here on The Morning Show. Now, we're still celebrating Labour Month with Dormex. Today, we're going to be looking at how health and safety operations are regulated and monitored in order to keep employees who work in dangerous environments safe from harm. Now, to discuss all of this, I'm joined by Niels Nooijer, the CEO of the South African Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, or Saiosh if you prefer. Niels, welcome to the show.
Thank you, William.
Let's start by explaining what Saiosh is and does.
Right, Saiosh is a SAQA recognized professional body for occupational health and safety profession.
Okay.
We have a number of professional designations registered with SAQA on the NQF.
Right.
So persons that venture into the field of occupational health and safety can then join Saiosh to be professionally registered to demonstrate competence and experience to the client or the employer.
And how does Saiosh work to enforce the labor laws?
Well, Saiosh is not an enforcement body, it's it's a professional body. So Saiosh will be able to assist employers through our members.
Okay.
So employers and clients will engage the services of Saiosh members at a certain, which is registered at a certain level or professional level. Knowing that the competence then of the person, which then assists the employer to actually comply with the labor laws, implementing management safety programs, etc., etc.
Now, what were you doing, Niels, before your role as, heading up Saiosh?
Well, virtually my whole life in occupational health and safety. I started my career way back with Eskom.
Okay.
I qualified there as a health and safety officer, never changed my career, completed studies in occupational health and safety. And just short of 10 years ago, a group of enthusiastic health and safety professionals decided that there must be a professional body that looks after the profession, that regulates the profession, and we formed the South African Institute of Occupational Safety and Health and registered the designations with SAQA.
What inspired that move, Niels?
Well,
was it things that you had seen in your experience?
Yeah, basically, if you look at any other recognized profession, engineers, engineering, medical, they are all bodies that look after the profession, that set the standards, set the minimum qualifications.
Right.
So I had such a passion, or still have such a passion for occupational health and safety that we realized that if we don't set these standards and get the designations registered, then it's a free-for-all, and we don't want that in occupational health and safety.
No, not at all. How does Saiosh work to ensure that health and safety standards are upkept?
Well, again, as I mentioned, through our members. Clients and employers engage the services of our registered members, knowing their competency and their experience. And we recommend strongly to industry out there to not engage an occupational health and safety professional if that person is not registered professionally. You wouldn't do it with a dentist, you wouldn't do it with a doctor, engineer. So health and safety is a recognized profession, and that's what Saiosh do.
Let's talk about that process. I mean, how does one go about getting qualified?
Right, like all professional bodies in South Africa, you enter the field, you start certain studies and qualifications, you then approach the body, like Saiosh, and you actually apply for membership. And then depending on your qualifications and experience, you are then graded by the registration board at either technical level, graduate level, or chartered level. But what is interesting is that we recognize that this is an exciting profession, and we encourage young people to actually take it up as a career. So we also got other categories, non-professional categories, where a person with no experience or qualifications in safety, but have an interest in that, can join us as an ordinary member. And there's a career path that the person can then follow until he gets professionally registered on one of the 3 professional
Where
categories.
would that person start? I mean, if they just have a passion.
Well, start by joining Saiosh. Then you're in the community, you get all the information. We will guide the persons with regards to what short courses to take, and then progress to formal qualifications like diplomas or degrees in occupational health and safety.
And I imagine there are different levels as well that come with those qualifications.
Correct, yeah. So when you register your professional designations with SAQA as a professional body, you have to set the minimum qualifications and the minimum The minimum will be short courses or a combination of short courses, and
Okay.
also recognition of prior learning, RPL.
Yeah.
So we realize and recognize, like any other professional body, that there's persons out there that have been doing this for 30, 40 years, but didn't have the opportunity to study a formal qualification. So we
Yes.
apply RPL. We have to in terms of the SACWA requirements. So the person can then start even with short courses and then eventually progress in the different levels of professional registration.
Oh, so they would then get credits in the form of the experience
It's
that they've
like credits,
already
yeah.
worked.
It's exactly like credits, yeah. The designations that they are registered then on is registered on the NQF. So it's a formal designation.
Now, how does Saiosh work, Niels, together with Dromex to ensure the safety of employees who work in these hazardous environments?
We've got a great working relationship with Dromex. So we've got another category of membership as well. This is now not professional, and it's also not the ordinary member category. We call it corporate members.
Okay.
So Dromex is one of our corporate members.
Right.
Not only are they corporate members, they're a very supporting corporate member of Saiosh. So Dromex would, for example, sponsor provincial workshops that we have all over the country in an effort for us as Saiosh to educate and train and keep our members up to breast with the latest in occupational health and safety. Now, if we don't have the likes of Dromex that sponsors these workshops, because we take it to 5 major provinces in South Africa, we won't be able to do that. So this is how Dromex assists us with regards to the work that Saiosh is doing.
For our viewer watching at home, what are the 5 major provinces where they can catch these workshops?
We host them twice a year in Cape Town, Johannesburg, Bloemfontein, Durban, and PE. And then for those members that can't even make those areas, we actually webinar record these workshops.
Oh, wow.
And we got it on our website, which is saiosh.co.za, where you can also register, saiosh.co.za. And then the members can actually view the recording via webinar. So we cover all 13,500 of our members. This is the size of Saiosh at the moment.
Wow, that's incredible. Good to talk to you this morning, Niels. It's always good to know that South Africa has an institution that is constantly monitoring and informing health and safety professionals because, as we have learned, there are many people who work in hazardous environments across the country, in fact, in jobs that are critical in building our nation. Are you one of these people? If so, you can contact us on our social pages with the hashtag #NoDromex and not most people, as we would love to tell your story. The morning show continues with news at the top of the hour next.